You. Yes, you. Here are 5 reasons your wigs don't last. Alright guys, you're welcome back to Subscribable Faith. In case you don't already know, if you're just joining in for the first time, please, I'm begging you, please, click on that notification bell, subscribe to the channel. It might not be in that order, but just like and share this video. But you have to watch it first before sharing. Or you can just share because I give nothing but the best. You really don't have to watch it first. I give nothing but the best. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you 5 reasons why those your beautiful wigs don't last. Why they get tangled and they don't really last, regardless whether they're human hairs or fiber hairs or hair blends and whatnot. Here are 5 reasons why they don't last. I'm very sure you know some of those reasons, but you just choose to ignore them. So I'm here to ring it in your ears. You don't just need to know them, you need to start working on them. The number 1 reason, my sister, why your wigs don't last is because you don't know how to brush your hair. You don't brush your hair. You do not. Yes, you are guilty. You don't brush your hair. You don't brush it. If you brush your hair, it will last. I'm talking about body waves, straight hairs, bob wigs, kinky curls, pixie curls. If you brush them regularly with the appropriate brush, emphasis on the appropriate brush, they will last. I'm telling you. The way you manage a coily hair will be totally different from the way you manage a straight hair. I'm sure we'll all agree with me. For coily hairs, when you want to brush them, you don't brush them dry. When you want to detangle, make sure they are moist. You don't really have to be soaking wet. If you have a coily hair that is a human hair, be it deep wave, pixie coil, kinky coil, afro kinky, foamy coils, all the Burmese coils, all the type of coils. If you have those coils, it doesn't matter whether they're Peruvian, Vietnamese, whatever means, I don't know, means, you need to have a spray bottle. You need to have a spray bottle. I see some clients buy hairs from me and I tell them, okay, buy a spray bottle. They'll be like, no, I don't need it. I'll just sprinkle water on it. You don't sprinkle water on it. There's a time I even had to go to the extent of putting a spray bottle as a gift for them. I'll add it to the hair price, to the total price, and just put it there. Because if I ask them to buy it, they will say, no, I don't need it. So I put it there and tell them, put this thing, put water in it, and you can put a little leave-in conditioner, shake together, spray your hair before brushing it out. That is when the coils will be molded perfectly. And sometimes you would want that voluminous look, that full look that looks so flaky and full. That's when you can brush the hair dried. But I will not advise brushing hairs, brushing coily hairs when they are dry spoils the pattern of the coils. It ruins it over time. So I'd advise the hair must be damp. It doesn't have to be wet, like really, really wet, but it should be damp. Just spray a little water and put in your leave-in conditioner and then brush out. Then you can now air dry it, allow it to dry out. Then you get that voluminous main lion main kind of look that you want. Always brush your coily hairs when they are damp, when they are moist. All right, talking about body wave hairs, you don't need any spray bottle on that. You just brush. You don't need to apply water on that. You don't need to apply leave-in conditioner to brush out. You always brush. I don't think you only brush when you're going out. Okay, when I wear it, I'll brush it out and probably lay my edges and bounce. When I get back home, I'll just yank it out of my head, toss it aside and go to bed till I need it again. No, you brush it before you step out and style it, then rock your head, go out. When you get back home, please and please, you brush it again, then you store. You don't really have to store immediately because of your scalp that would have, the sweat from your scalp that would have been deposited on it and stuff like that. You can brush it out, turn it inside out, then find a place to hang it overnight. If you are using it the next morning, you turn it back outward, then you just wear your thing and bounce. But you make sure you brush it when you get back home. I'm not really a fan of people hanging their hairs on a mannequin stand or on a wig stand. I'm not really a fan because usually if their hairs you don't use often, like you use like 1 month interval, you just leave them sitting on that stand. It's not nice because the temperature, the atmospheric I almost said pressure. The atmospheric humidity, everything would kind of alter the texture of that hair. So I feel like if you're not using the hair that week, if you're not using the hair that week or the next week, you store, you just remove it from whatever wig stand. The hairs that should be on your wig stand are hairs that you are using that period. I don't leave hairs hanging around for months. It will get dusty or it will get damp, it will just get weird. So the way you store your hair matters, just as I said previously. Then you don't store your hairs in places that it will get rumpled. We're talking about bob wigs that you know you've taken the time to bob out, like you've gotten that nice bob that you want. You're not gonna store it in a way that it will remember to be flat like this. Before you know, that bob will look weird. And guys, if you own a bob wig, please get yourself a straightener. Talk about brushing of wigs. I've talked about storage. The next thing I'm going to talk about is product application. Yes, the kind of products you apply and how consistent you are in applying it will determine how long that hair will last. It's not compulsory you apply hair serum, hair cream, oil sheen on your hair every blessed day. It will make the hair greasy and it will give that weird appearance. You apply your hair serum at least once a week or twice a week, depending on how your the atmosphere is. And I have some people that after laying their edges, they put in hair holding spray, they put everything, the mousse, gel, just to lay their edges. And after rocking it for a day, they come back home, they remove it. The next day, when they're about to wear it, they still apply the same product on that stiff, already stiff edges. They really don't even take time to like spray it with water, try to wipe off those previous products. They just apply it and they keep applying, applying. If you do that consistently, before you know it, that place will look so disgusting. Those hairs will be clumped together and it will look, it will not be nice. It will look so, it won't be nice at all. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is styling. Some people style their hair with extreme materials, extreme equipment because they just want to achieve a particular style. They will use ridiculously high temperature that will damage the cuticles of those strands. And over time, that hair will not look like what it used to look like because you've damaged it with serious heat without using protective spray. Some people will go as far as bleaching this hair consistently. They'll bleach it step one to just lift the color. They'll rock it for like 2 months before you know they're back again, bleaching it, lifting the color again. They just keep bleaching and bleaching till the hair will lose every all its dignity. There'll be nothing left. I'm not saying you should not bleach your hairs. You should if you want to, but I advise you do it with discretion. You don't bleach it yourself. You give a professional. There are professionals in this field that will help you bleach this hair without damaging the strands, that will help you apply heat to this hair without damaging the strand, that knows what to do. They've been in this business for a while, they know just what to do. You give them, you don't do it yourself. Then the last but not the least, the final reason why your wigs don't last is because you keep going for the cheap ones. Yes, auntie, you keep going for the cheap ones because they are cheap, you rush, you get them. And most times when the vendor, when they display those hairs, they'll look so beautiful on the mannequin head. Be like, wow, this hair is very, very cheap and so beautiful. I must get it. Then you get it. You obviously you're not as skillful as the vendor. You'll be able to style it as she styled it and made you see it and you went for it. So you would rush, you get it, you wear it a couple of times, it will be very nice. People will compliment you. Oh, your hair is nice. You will thank you. Wait till the next month, then the hair will start looking scary, start getting tangled, and you will start looking for how to revamp it or how to get a new one. You just before you know it, to become a pattern, you have like 20 hairs at home, all tangled, all blend, and you keep going. I'm not saying getting blend hairs is bad. Get blend hairs, but also get quality hairs to blend in so that the days you're not wearing your blend hairs, you have quality hairs, you just blend them in. At least if you are the type that is looking to get 10 hairs, at least it should be equal. 5 blend hairs, 5 human hairs based on your capacity. And if you want to stick to blend hairs all the way, you need to put in efforts to learning how to maintain them. You have to learn how to maintain them properly because blend hairs are like babies. You need to learn how to maintain them. They're I'm not saying you should treat human hairs anyhow, but blend hairs are fragile. Blend hair, fiber hairs, synthetic hairs, they are very fragile because you need to give them extra attention. They're like babies. They are hair babies. And please invest in good hair products. One thing you should know about blend fiber hairs, they don't need too much product. They tend to look greasy and not nice if you add too much product to a blend hair. Human hair can still absorb it, and but you see blend hair, if you put a little serum, it will start looking all sticky and not good. So please invest in good hairs and learn how to style them. All right, guys, that will be all for today. Please subscribe if you haven't. See you in my next one.